Hello, Algebra 1 students. I'm taking a look at this was given out, but I think you're actually going to do it tomorrow on the 10th of November. But for Mr. Fry, Algebra 1, partner power, multi-step inequalities, I want to take a look at just the odd ones here. If you're having any difficulties, if you're just an online student and you're working on this too. I use the distributive property to get 38 is greater than 2x plus 8. Oh, wow, I see a mistake already, so good thing I'm going over this. Do you see the mistake? Okay, 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 8 is 16. What the heck am I doing there? Okay, so then I take 30 minus 16 and should have 14 over here. And then 14 divided by 2 should be 7. 7 is going to be greater than x. If you want to flip this around, x would be less than 7, in other words. Okay? All right. Hopefully we don't find any more mistakes. I'm taking a look at number 3. I have negative 4x, and then a negative and a negative 5 make a positive 5, plus 16x, and then I just combine like terms, and then solve for x, isolate the variable on one side, and you should have x is greater than or equal to negative 3. Number 5, combine like terms. Combine like terms. I ended up subtracting 8 from this side, or both sides, and ends up with negative 26x is greater than 26. Divide both sides by a negative. When I divide or multiply by a negative, I flip the sign. So I have x is less than negative 1. This one, I'm going to bring the x over here just because I like to keep it positive. I brought this 32 over here, so I subtracted 32 from both sides, in other words. Negative 64 divided by 8 is a negative 8. If you want to rewrite this with the x first, x is less than or equal to negative 8. On this side, number 1, I have negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. Negative 5 times a negative x is, oh, another mistake. Look at that. Bad, bad, bad. Oh my goodness. Okay, so a plus 5x. I must have been in a hurry. Add this. This is a positive here. Should be a positive. And so this should be a positive. So if I want to rewrite it with the x first, x is going to be greater than 11. All right. This negative goes in here. This negative, so that makes it a positive. This negative times a positive, negative times a positive makes negatives. What I ended up doing is I moved this 18 over here, so I added 18, and then this 15, I subtracted 15 from both sides. And then I get, divide both sides by 14, so I get x is going to be greater than or equal to 3. Now going back up here, let me double check here. So I thought I was dividing by a negative 5, and I wasn't. So actually, let me rewrite this, okay? So this was 55 greater than 5x, right? I divide just by a regular 5, so this stays the same. See, I flipped it because I thought that was going to be negative because I left that negative 5 times a negative x is a positive 5x. Okay, so I flipped that around, the whole thing, to put the, just putting the x on the left side so it makes a little bit more sense. X is going to be less than 11. Any number less than 11 will work there. Okay, all right, forgot about the sign part. Okay, 7x, and then I have 7 minus 7x, 1, negative 6x. Okay, distributive property carried out. 7x minus 7x is just 0, so I'm just left with the 7 over here, and I have all this over here. I subtract 1 from both sides. Now this one I'm dividing by 6x. So dividing by a negative, I'm going to flip that sign. It becomes -1. So 6 divided by -6 is a -1. And if I want to write with my x first, it's going to look like that. X is less than -1. And then number 7, distributive property carried out okay. -4x and -x is -5x, combining like terms. What did I do? I brought the 8x, I added 8x to both sides. And then I subtracted 6 from both sides. And then I divided both sides by 3. I didn't have to flip it because it wasn't a -3. And if I want to write with the x first, it would look like this. X is less than or equal to -8. Okay, hopefully that helps you out, and good luck.